Hitoshi Shinso, can he break Shigaraki from control of All for One? Hitoshi Shinso has the quirk brainwashing that allows him to control a single person who answers anything he says. Shinso brainwashing can be used in a good way against Shigaraki. Now, All for One is controlling Shigaraki currently and making him do anything he wants. All for One control, the ability is powerful. It would make sense that Hitoshi Shinso can stop Shigaraki, though it would require him to make Shigaraki talk so Shinso can control him. The only problem is if All for One is to consider the vestige of Shigaraki even though he controls him. All for One is inside Shigaraki's head, similar to One for All users and Deku's head. The only difference between All for One and One for All is One for All can control the host. Now One for All vestige was able to break Deku out of Shinso's brainwashing. It did take time for vestige to break Deku out. It would make sense that All for One can break Shinso's brainwashing, but that is only if he can be seen as a vestige and could control his host Shigaraki at the same time. If not, then he can't break out of Shinso's quirk. It should be mentioned Shinso's ability brainwashing is seen as a move that a villain would use. Now it would be great if Shinso brainwashes Shigaraki to break him out because he would be using his ability in a non-villain way and using it on a villain, though it would take a lot for him to be able to try to control Shigaraki as he still has to get him to talk to him, and if it doesn't happen it would be a problem. The best chance is if Shinso copies the League of Villains voice and talks to him because he would mistake it as a teammate. Shinso then can knock out Shigaraki and break All for One control of him. It would be a good ending for Shinso, and him stopping All for One in this way will likely allow him to be part of Class 1A. Last is Shinso's ability brainwashing to represent All for One in a way, because All for One in a way influences people in a brainwashing way and makes them do anything he asks. All for One has been manipulated people for generations and using them in the wrong way and then toss them aside after they're no longer needed. Shinso did use his brainwashing ability then throwing the people aside because he can't control them. It would be interesting to see Shinso go against the All for One as he is doing what Shinso's ability does without the ability. Shinso is no match for All for One or Shigaraki's body, but he can most likely stop Shigaraki's body with his brainwashing move. Shinso is most likely going to help Deku in the fight against All for One and Shigaraki. The two allies and more fighting can help put a stop to All for One and Shigaraki. It will be difficult to beat both All for One and Shigaraki because of how powerful they are, but they will succeed in beating them. It is the only way this story will work.
Like, comment and subscribe.